Hi, my name's Walter. I'm working at APCO, and I want to explain a few things about strength tests of paragliding cloth, how the right way to do it is, and how to differentiate between a glider that is no longer airworthy or is made from cloth that is not strong enough versus a glider that is airworthy and cloth that is still good for flying on. So this is a small summary from some of the manufacturers that we have, and I'll put this in the text below the video. It's got strength requirements of between 500 and 600 grams that's measured with a betsometer, which I'm going to show you in a minute how to do. But U-turn, ozone, Papillon, Dudek, Swing, BGD are all specifying between 500 and 600 grams for the strength test. This is the certified betsometer that is used for testing cloths. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate on one of our gliders. This is a 1-year-old, it's been flown for a year. It's from November 2017, in fact, Charisma. And the thing to know about this is that on gliders, we use different cloths on different parts. So the bottom surface, the ribs, and the top surface, and supported and unsupported ribs are all made from different cloths according to the requirements. So supported ribs that have a line attachment going onto it is a heavier cloth, and then if one goes down to a rib that is unsupported, it's made from a different cloth. Now this glider has been torn by hand, and so I'm using this glider to demonstrate what's going on. The test with the betsometer is done in two directions. So you're tearing with the grain on the warp and on the weft, and you put it in, and as you're pulling, you can read the number of grams on the scale here. So we're supporting it on that end, and we're going down, and it's starting to tear. We're at 2 kilos and over 2 kilos, so 2,000 grams. And what we needed was 500 to 600 grams. But now, if I take this glider and I take it here on the edge, I can tear it very easily by hand. In both warp and weft, so without much effort at all. But because I can tear it like this doesn't mean that the glider is not airworthy. This you could probably do to almost every single, or in fact you could do this to every single glider on the market out there. The cloth is not designed for point tearing like this. It's supposed to be in a seam where it's supported, and if I was going to try and tear it like this, there's no way I'm going to be able to tear it. And that's the kind of loads that the glider is exposed to, either like that or on the line attachment like this, and it's not going to tear in that way, no matter how, even if I'm a lot stronger than what I am, I wouldn't be able to tear it like that. Going down to the unsupported rib. Now the reason that we're using a lighter cloth here is we're trying to build light equipment, and of course this cloth is a little bit weaker, and I can, if I put some effort in, I can tear it. On the warp and on the weft, it's a different amount, but yeah, if you're strong, you can tear it like that. So I just want to illustrate, if we have a front view of a wing, top surface, bottom surface, ribs like this, and then we have diagonal ribs internally like that, for instance. And this would be a supported rib where there's a line. That would be a supported rib with a line, and that one. This is an unsupported rib, so you can see that the load is being transmitted to the top surface with the diagonal ribs, and that rib is just there to prevent the bottom surface from bulging down. So it's holding the bottom surface in place where there's actually pressure from underneath, and there's no real load on this rib. That's going to be from the lighter cloth. That's maybe a little bit easier to tear by hand. And this is going to be, these supported ribs are going to be from the stronger, heavier cloth that'll be getting a higher rating, like what you saw, over 2,000 grams there on this glider that this person was tearing by hand. If I take the unsupported rib cloth, that's a piece of it there, that's the unsupported rib. Take it out and test it with the betsometer. Let's get the scale in the shot. Let's see what we're getting to. That's 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, and there at about 1.7, 1.8 we started tearing on the warp. If I do the same on the weft, let's see where we get to 1 kilo, 1.2 kilos, something like that. So it's still double the required strength, and that's for the required strength for supported ribs. And this is an unsupported rib where there really is no requirement even. Now what we can do is, this is a brand new roll of Porsche Sport rib cloth, which is commonly used in the paragliding industry. It's a strong rib cloth. Open that up. Now the first thing is, I can take it by hand and I can tear it both on the warp and on the weft. This is obviously stronger cloth, but it tears. That's the brand new cloth. It hasn't been flown on for a year. And if I take the betsometer and test it, we're going to get to the limit on both warp and weft directions, over 2 kilos of strength. I hope that clarifies things a little bit, and yeah, feel free to comment and give your remarks and let us know what you think about these situations.